Shy Duty Laser here, and I know you're taking over the world right now. You're too busy taking over the world, but just give me a minute to share a couple of thoughts with you. I'll be quick, I'll be brief and to the point. There's a value to keeping in touch. Let me explain a couple observations. Number one, people need other people and to feel connected to other people in order to have a healthy social life. Case in point, if you take a person and you isolate them for any period of time, it begins to damage them mentally, socially, and physically as well. A person needs to be connected to others in order to maintain a healthy sense of self and balance. Number two, people generally instinctively tend to do things for or show preference to people, places, and things that they are familiar to or have some sort of connection with. From all walks of life, whether, police officers, whether people who work for the same company, these are two indisputable observations as it relates to people. So, and the third observation, you will at some point be a part of some institution or organization or collection that is larger than yourself. That could be in some point high school, that could be college, that could be the military, that could be a correctional institution such as a prison. So at some point you'll be part of some sort of institution larger than yourself at some point during your life, no matter who you are, what your income is, socioeconomic status and background. So with that being said, we all have a set of circumstances and opportunities. In those institutions, you have individuals that you're going to meet. Some will be different from you, some will be the same. You'll naturally form bonds in some way, shape, or form with someone within those institutions. Now, going back to the main point, the value of keeping in touch, you never know who is going to do what in the future. And going back to my second observation, people tend to do things for, show preference to, allegiance with those who are part of those same institutions that they're part of or that they're familiar with. So if you keep in touch, it opens the door for so many opportunities down the road, because when it comes to networking, getting your foot in the door, it makes your life a whole lot harder to cold call or have to make new introductions when you're trying to get into those opportunities if you don't know anybody. So the thing is, or the value is, to keep in touch with those who you are familiar with. If you were in the military, keep in touch with those you're stationed with. And here's a few tips to stay in touch, stay in better connection with those, not just family, of course that's important too, but your colleagues, your friends, your co-workers, keeping in touch in some level. Number one, of course, would be email, because email rarely tends to change. Another would be the social media application Plaxo, that's Plaxo.com. And what Plaxo does, it allows you to maintain your contacts, of course, and maintain an address book, but with the touch of a button, it sends out a message to everyone within your address book to update theirs. So if they've recently changed jobs or went to another organization, running a new business, with the push of a button you can have them update their contacts within your address book so that it never gets outdated. So Plaxo is another good way. LinkedIn.com is another great way because it has messaging capabilities. Also, you can find out if someone, it automatically notifies you if someone has changed jobs, and so it gives you an all-in-one contact capability. My personal preference or primary preference would be email itself. So in short, I know you're taking over the world, and Happy New Year. I'm proud of you, and I hope to that you contact me so we can collaborate on the latest and greatest. But keeping in touch has a huge value for a personal, from a business and a branding standpoint, and you need to do that. As you go through life, you're going to meet people from all walks of life. You never know when you're starting a new business, establishing your brand, or changing jobs and have a new role, who is going to help you in the future. So it's important to maintain those connections of those who you've built a bond with, and good things will come from that. Leave comments on this video. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Shadid, MRSHAD like David, E like Eric, E like Eric, D like David. Happy New Year. May it be prosperous for you. May you go forth and conquer, and loan me a few dollars when you do. Take it easy, go digital, or go home.